Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game here on, well, Tide Hunters version 1.2 PCG 123 versus Hitman. Hitman spawning as the purple undead on the top left-hand side of the map, going up against PCG 123 spawning as the green undead. Should be an interesting matchup to say the least as things are getting underway. Probably just refer to them as Hitman and Undead and Orc throughout the rest of the matchup. Gonna go ahead and speed things up. Got a little bit of a late start today as we are looking at, well, Blade Master and Grunts opening coming in from the Orc player. Meanwhile, Undead opening up with Death Knight and Ghouls. Really no surprises here. Had some problems with the previous map or the previous game that I was gonna upload. Unfortunately, the map wasn't a standard map or wasn't in a place where my WarCraft 3 thought it was going to be. As we look, oh look, it is the new undead icon there. Death Knight now making its rounds. Blade Master icon off over there. Also the reforged version. Not quite sure why. Perhaps it was because I made that how to say Archmage video in WarCraft 3 and now it's loaded up those other icons and, well, should find a way to, well, switch them back. Look at the claws of attack. Look at that icon. Doesn't that icon for claws of attack look so much better? And that scroll of town portal, yeah, I don't know why they had to change the color from yellow to blue. Just a visual indicator. I think it is a scroll of regeneration, even though I know both of the players cannot have it. Rod of necromancy icon, also a little bit more confusing as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down. A Death Knight gonna go ahead and clear out the Sea Giant creep camp down to the south off over here. Meanwhile, Blade Master looking to put in some pressure by stealing his opponent's creep camps. Unholy Aura has already been picked up by the undead. Meanwhile, Blade Master should be picking up, Critical Strike now as that follow-up ability. So Death Knight versus Blade Master going up, switching it up, not going with that Farseer, which has become a little bit more tried and true, as we're looking at dual claws of attack already on that Death Knight. Death Knight now heading off to the north here, as well, gonna perhaps try and catch the Ogre Magi creep camp as it's being cleared out. Who's gonna get the experience? Death Knight gonna be coming in around the corner. Blade Master looks like he'll be able to get that final shot off. Did he pick up the item? No, using that healing salve and now picking up the item. That was extremely dangerous right there. The Blade Master able now to wind, or was wind walking away, had to use another charge right there. Almost lost the potion of greater mana. Had to go back for it, as the Death Knight with that nighttime vision, unable to see the Blade Master trying to clearing out this creep camp already. Death Knight gonna simply walk on by, see that the Blade Master has cleared up the creep camp, as the Blade Master looks to finish things off here, finish off some more of those units. Healing salve. Oh, what about that Slippers of Agility? Who's going to be able to pick it up? That is the question, as there's a couple of items right there trying to pick it up, and now Healing salve being used around. There's the Death Coil finishing off a Grunt, though, as the Blade Master wants to finish off that last unit there, unable to do exactly that. Perhaps going to be able to burst down a Ghoul, not able to do that either, as the Blade Master just wanted a little bit more experience to try and get closer to level 3. Death Knight now going to engage, as well as the Grunts are going up against the against the Death Knight. The skeletal minions crumbling to the floor, as the Grunts now looking to retreat back. Blade Master pretty low on items already. Does have some powerful items. Gloves of Haste, Claws of Attack, Slippers of Agility, Circlet of Mobility. All powerful items right there to try and boost that Blade Master's auto attack damage. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little tongue-in-cheek video. Oh, there's a Death Coil right there. Who got the experience? Blade Master did not get the experience, as he's now going up. Skeletal minions again, go ahead and engage. There goes the Sea Turtle, as the Blade Master now trying to finish off those skeletal minions there, hit by hit, while continuing to block the Blade Master and picking up another Slippers of Agility. The Blade Master up to 13 damage, but just as important, he's up to an additional 2.4 armor, as the Death Knight could end up getting surrounded. No, does not get surrounded in that alcove. Death Knight now looking to retreat back. Shadow Hunter using Scroll of Speed. Is it going to be able to, yes, get the Hex off in time? And there it is. There's the Hex, and this could be trouble. Windwalk Strike followed up. Blade Master gets the kill. Death Knight falls at level 3, and suddenly Hitman has turned the tables against PCG123, dealing massive damage and setting that Death Knight back. All right, ghouls looking to perhaps clear out some... No, the ghoul cannot be clearing out creep camps. If they try to clear out creep camps while the Death Knight is not out here on the battlefield, no one gets the experience, and that's definitely not what you want. Waiting for the Lich to pop on out, there we are, as the ghouls might try to engage now. There you have it. Meanwhile, the Death Knight still looking to get resurrected. Blade Master clearing up the remainder of this orange creep camp, this golem creep camp, and taking away from PCG123 a very aggressive style as he now retreats back once more. Lich is sitting at level 2, picks up Ring of Regeneration. That may be given to the Death Knight, as the Death Knight has no easy ways to be healed, or may just be sold as I probably value the Ring of Regeneration a bit more than some of the professional players out there. All right, coming back off to the north, Blade Master looking to clear things up. We see a Shadow Hunter has taken quite a bit of damage. One Wind Rider currently out in play that does deal decent damage, as we are also going into tech to tier 3 and getting that reinforced defenses for the Orc to protect against, well, the piercing damage and magic damage that seems to be ever so prevalent from the undead army. All right, setback. You can see how far of a setback this is to lose a level 3 Death Knight, especially at that tier 2 timing. At that tier 2 timing, when you want to be training your Lich as well, the Death Knight just had to go into the queue of that Altar of Darkness. Sending short backup as second via Facebook. No, this game should be long enough. Should be an interesting game between Hitman and PCG123. But yeah, was trying to cast an all the random game, but players often unzip their maps in different location, and well, difficult to figure out where I need to place my own maps in order to watch all of the replays out there. Couldn't get the full path. My apologies. Coming back around here, Shadowhunter looking to clear up the Murloc Nightcrawlers and all of these Murlocs here as they're heading back over. Shadowhunter will get to level 3. He has a large number of very useful items as well. Shadowhunter with a Robe of Magi, Sobi Mask, and that Potion of Greater Mana earlier, if you remember. Blade Master now clearing things up. There's that double level up, level 4, level 3, going up against a level 3 Death Knight, and Lich now with that Orb of Corruption plus 15 damage. All he needs is the Gloves of Haste to speed up that as well. Lich is at plus 3 damage already, plus that Orb of Corruption and negative armor. That hit pretty much feels like an auto attack boost once more. Now, Blade Master looking to wander around here. Kodo Beast out here on the battlefield could get the upgraded War Drums momentarily. Yes, there it is. War Drum damage increase, essentially giving an additional 1-0 upgrade to everyone, is making the Kodo Beast a walking 2-0 upgrade for that Orc army. That is the reason why it is such a high priority target, giving 2-0 upgrades to the entire attacking force here. Meanwhile, Wind Rider on the move. Blade Master looking perhaps to put in a bit of pressure, allowing the Shadow Hunter to get in a bit more hit points and mana, as we see a Dark Ranger as that third and final hero. Dark Ranger, third and final hero there. Okay, I actually like that silence icon. That's perhaps the that actually looks pretty sweet, I got to admit. Tauren Chieftain out here onto the battlefield as well. Only recognize it because, well, that's what I think. Well, doesn't really quite look like a Tauren Chieftain to me, but I know by process of elimination what that third and final hero was going to be. All right, Death Knight, reforged items and icons. Yeah, I don't know how my overlay changed. I will have to try and fix it. Reforged icons and reforged items look a little bit, look a little bit strange to me. All right. Level 4 now on the Shadow Hunter. Level 2 on that Tauren Chieftain. Just a little bit happened to back to WarCraft 2. Yeah, if you're using the, well, back off to the north here. Voodoo Lounge, the first building to get taken down, as it is a big home field advantage when the Blade Master can constantly buy items. Meanwhile, the Death Knight and Lich looking to clear out a barracks as well. Surprisingly, no piercing damage in PCG123's repertoire. No Crypt Fiends. And with no Crypt Fiends out here, the ghouls are actually dealing a surprisingly a large amount of damage here. However, the Tauren Chieftain does get in a massive stomp right amongst all of those units there, as we're looking at the Wind Riders and the Raiders trying to back away. Big Frost Nova taking down the Berserkers as well. Death Coil finishing off a Wind Rider there. 42 supply compared to 53. PCG 123 with a big advantage. Undead as the Kodo Beast trying to retreat back with a ghoul in its belly. It doesn't look like it will be able to do it. No, Healing Wave able to stay alive a little while longer as the Tauren Chieftain able to retreat back here. All right, continuing the fight. 40 supply compared to 51. Blade Master, Dust of Appearance reveals him. There's a Healing Wave. He's trying to stay alive as well. Orc Burrows are fighting back as well, as that small home field advantage starting to add up a little bit here. Blade Master has some big damage, plus 29, but is it going to be enough, especially as he's missing his targets as well? All right, Blade Master wants to break free here. Orc Burrows are constantly under repair here. The Blade Master, or the Banshees, doing so much to stop that Blade Master's damage as the Tauren Chieftain puts his foot down and gets in a stun to keep that Orc Burrow alive a little while longer. Blade Master still trying to fight back here. Beautiful hold. Blade Master, constant units trying to fight back. Dust of Appearance onto the Blade Master as he's able to retreat back. Mana continuing to use. Drops the Robe of Magi, and then uses the Wand of Mana Stealing. Very, very intensive micro as we see a Kodo Beast trying to escape away. All right, nothing in the bellies there. Units are trying to retreat back. 50 supply compared to 37 as the Tauren Chieftain is in a little bit of hurt. There goes another Berserker there as the Death Knight, Lich, and Dark Ranger really making a big stay here still. Without that Voodoo Lounge, well, unable to constantly buy items. And Hitman sitting on 600 gold, unsure of what to do as he's queued up a lot of units back at home and could be supply blocked here if he doesn't save this Orc Burrow. Units getting ready to engage again without the heals. Blade Master wanting to get a purge onto that Destroyer. Destroyer now currently just staying still a little while longer. Tauren Chieftain once again getting silenced. Scroll of Speed trying to retreat back out. Kodo Beast able to get Dine and Dash. There goes two Kodo Beasts there. And that is just Kodo Beast trying to Dine and Dash on ghouls. That is not a very big significant shift, but it might be just enough as damage is still being done. Another stomp comes across here as the Death Knight, Tauren Chieftain, still battling up in the front. Healing Wave has been the talk of the town here, keeping this army alive much longer than it has any right being, as more damage is still racking back up here. All right, Wand of Mana Stealing being used again. Robe of Magi not dropped this time, just simply too difficult as the Tauren Chieftain wants to, well, test out the waters, but once again with that Talisman of Evasion, able to dodge a little bit of that damage. Tauren Chieftain now trying to lead the charge here. Is he going to be able to get in some big damage once more? Here we are trying to back away again. Blade Master, Tauren Chieftain unable to throw down any stomp. There is not silence. There is a stomp right there as the Death Knight down to 400 hit points. It still has plenty of ways to stay alive. Are we going to see a Hex? No. Death Knight able to use the Scroll of Town Portal while down to 40 hit points and able to back away. Lich just shy of level 4. That Orb of Corruption icon kind of looks like a mushroom to me, more than anything else. I'm sorry, I'm just like making fun of the reforged icons there. Slippers of Agility. Yep. Blade Master with 3 of those, plus 29 damage. Once it gets to level 5 though, level 3 critical strike could have a sudden burst in damage with that Blade Master as well. If you guys, yeah, definitely check out my WarCraft 3 how to say Archmage video. It's so kind of Blizzard to really provide a way to distinguish between the Archmage and the Archmage as well. All right, coming back through, repairs underway. Berserker going to get burst down pretty quickly, still fighting once more as the units are now looking to retreat back. Blade Master doesn't get a purge onto any of these units as we see the transition to Crypt Fiend now. Level 4 now on that Lich. There is a stomp getting a little bit of damage here. More Berserkers are getting taken down. Kodo Beast want to eat a Crypt Fiend. Are they going to be able to dine and dash there? That's what they're really looking to do, and having a difficult time doing it. One Kodo Beast does have something in its belly. The others do not, as we still see more purging coming back across. Blade Master continuing to fight, constantly getting silenced. Tauren Chieftain could throw in with a stomp here now, as silence is on cooldown, as we see more purges running back through. Destroyer down to 103 hit points. Looks like he'll be able to stay alive. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have an Orb of Lightning, as Healing Wave just a split second late there. All right, more damage getting racked up. All right, Destroyer down to 112 hit points. Shadowhunter should try and finish it off. Down to 57. It goes down. Blademaster now gets up to level 5, and we should be looking at level 3 critical strike soon as that ability is, well, researched. Dark Ranger now could have a bit of problems. There's level 3 critical strike. Are we going to see some big damage there? There's a Windwalk strike, 276 critical strike on a near dead, or now dead, Dark Ranger. A little bit of over damage, but the Blademaster never cares as he's actually, when he is able to get his kill. Tauren Chieftain now looking to retreat back. No more silence. That could be a big deal. No purge there on that destroyer, as the destroyer could end up falling. And now things are looking good for Hitman. Hitman looks to be able to, is going to get a no. Misses that last shot with that Banshee curse, continuing to fight its way through as the destroyer is down to 81 hit points. Destroyer looks like it will be able to back away. There's a 244 critical strike. Blademaster could have easily burst down that destroyer there, but no, did not go for it at all. That level 5 Blademaster, that sudden change in overall damage, and look at the curse going across multiple units. Kodo Beast also getting digested as well. So the fight actually going back in favor of Hitman after all that time. All right, game getting underway here. The units looking to retreat back. Destroyer down to 120 hit points, but back on Blight, regenerating hit points from Blight and Unholy, or a dual potions of invulnerability. What might be given to... Nope, the Lich already has one as well, and the Dark Ranger will be given a gift the moment it pops on out. Quick scan of the minimap shows every single creep camp has been cleared, so any level ups will be coming from their engagement against each other. Blademaster low on mana. Shouldn't try and, well, burst there unless he is ready to go for the engagement. They're trying to take down the destroyer. That destroyer, well, getting a nice big heal as the Blademaster could be in trouble now. Tauren Chieftain comes in for the stomp. Blademaster down to 59 hit points, down to 7. Death Coil, long distance Death Coil hits its target. Blademaster falls at level 5, and a greedy Hitman, realizing that he should have taken down that destroyer early, tries to make up for his mistakes and ends up making a bigger one. Level 5 Blademaster fallen, and, well, resurrecting your Blademaster, a level 5 Blademaster at the tavern, is extremely expensive. I believe it's, 570 or 610 gold. Don't quote me on it, but it is quite a bit higher. Might actually even be higher than that, as we're looking at a quick resurrection perhaps for that Blademaster. Nope, even higher than 610. Still waiting for it to come back out. All right, Kodo Beast trying to retreat back. Kodo Beast with the Crypt in the belly, revealing where everything actually is, as we're still seeing both sides fighting. Blademaster out here on the battlefield, closer to 700 gold. Low hit point Kodo Beast. Blademaster could end up getting taken down again. There's a stomp, as we're looking at the Shadowhunter, who wants to try and save some of these low hit point units. Berserkers are here as well. Death Coil finishes off the Kodo Beast there. Long distance airmail, Death Coil finishing things off. Tauren Chieftain comes in with a stomp. Dark Ranger could fall for a second time. 280 critical strike, as the Blademaster now still needs to retreat back, still needs to find a way to get healed. All right, Kodo Beast still absorbing quite a bit of damage. Blademaster still wandering its way through. Now going after the Lich. Lich has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Will be able to stay alive. Blademaster also has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Trying to go after 308 critical strike right there. And now going after the Lich. Lich looking to retreat back. He does have a Medallion of Courage, giving additional strength and intelligence. So big extra hit points there as the Blademaster looks to retreat back down to 300 hit points. And still, this game is still nowhere in sight. So much curse going back across. There is a very low hit point obsidian statue that I'm sure that the Blademaster would try and burst down here. Shadowhunter looking to finish it off. No, not using the range attacks there. Come on, finishing off that one obsidian statue there. Now as the Destroyer still trying to lead the charge. Are we going to get a bit of healing? No, we are not, as the Blademaster, Shadowhunter are both low on mana, and the Tauren Chieftain, well, unable to save that Kodo Beast either. Constant shifting back and forth. Blademaster could try and burst after that Destroyer right there. It could use a Windwalk strike, trying to finish it off. Does end up taking it down. Death Knight's Death Coil a split second late there. So much split timing going back and forth, down to 33 supply compared to 38, as the Banshees are now getting taken down slowly but surely. Dark Ritual to try and deny a little bit of experience there, but another Banshee gets taken down, and with the Banshees all gone, the curse should be coming to an end, as the Blade Master now looks to charge in after all of these units. All right, Death Knight does have slightly faster movement speed. Level 2 Unholy Aura versus level 1 Endurance Aura. Blade Master trying to get perhaps a Purge down, and now there's a Death Coil for the save. There's the Purge finally. Frost Armor now trying to keep him alive as the Tauren Chieftain still in that frontline spot, unable to land down the stomp, but now in comes Ensnare. Frost Armor slowing things down on that Blade Master. Blade Master could have a little bit of a bad time. Dark Ranger was resurrected. There's a silence. Blade Master unable to walk away, but able to walk away at 21 hit points. All right, walking away from a battle. Hitman and not making that same mistake again, as both sides going back to their respective corners. We are down to about 90 seconds of mining each in their main gold mines. PCG 123 could opt to do the unsummon all-in strategy to get a little bit more going for a final push. It doesn't look like anyone is trying to set up an expansion as of yet. Nope, take it back. A tiny Great Hall has been thrown down as the Death Knight and the Crypt Fiends perhaps could have gotten in some damage there. Peons are already making a big shift over. And now, well, will the Undead actually scout out this expansion? That is the big question now. Death Knight, Lich, looking to move out across the field again, and Death Knight, Lich, Crypt Fiends ready to go. Let's take a look. Tauren Chieftain, Shadow Hunter, just shy of level 5. That is going to be a big deal there, whether or not the Shadow Hunter gets to level 5 before the Death Knight. Death Knight sitting at level 4, nearly at level 5 as well. And, well, with that said, 600 hit point heals with that level, with the Death Coil, or however much healing wave heals, as it doesn't heal as much on that initial target, but I believe heals more overall than that Death Coil. All right, where are we perhaps trying to travel to next? Tauren Chieftain heading back off to the north here. Shadow Hunter, Blade Master, both sides getting ready to engage against each other. Kodo Beast already here. Tauren Chieftain still sitting at level 3. We should be looking at an engagement here in just a moment. Lich's damage. Where is the Lich? Ooh, nope. Lich's damage plus 20 damage between all of that there, as we're going to be looking into an engagement. Tauren Chieftain, both sides, Blade Master trying to get a purge attack off onto any of these units. There is some some cursing already going down as the Dark Ranger able to stay alive. More damage getting racked back up. Level 5 now on that Shadow Hunter first. Shadow Hunter wants to healing wave some units, but there is only one real unit that needs to get it. Nope, that's going to be a little bit late there. Death Knight finishes off a split second later than it's supposed to be, as the Crypt Fiend now pops back out. Death Knight now out here on the battlefield. There is a Tauren Chieftain stomp right in the midst of all of those units. The units could get taken down, as we see another unit getting taken down there. Shadow Hunter falls at level 5, and now with the Shadow Hunter gone, PCG 123 may be able to come out ahead. Death Coil split second late once more. Tauren Chieftain, well, continuing the fight. Dark Ranger falls at level 3. Lich is still alive. There's Dust of Appearance as the Blade Master falls as well. Blade Master falls at level 5. Tauren Chieftain now by himself. PCG 123 is in some serious trouble, or in the driver's seat, as Hitman now needs to retreat back, but his army is a little bit smaller, ever so slightly, as an Obsidian statue getting taken down there. Both sides losing heroes back and forth, and still Resurrection on to that Shadow Hunter to keep him alive. Raider getting denied there. There's an Ensnare down, as level 5 Lich and level 5 Death Knight may be all you need. Tauren Chieftain now looking to retreat back. Are we getting a resurrection on the Blade Master? I don't need, no Altar of Storms. Need to resurrect at the tavern if you want that hero at all. Kodo Beast trying to retreat back down to 570 hit points with negative armor, taking quite a bit of piercing damage, and that Kodo Beast just gets frozen in its tracks. Shadow Hunter continuing the fight here. Tauren Chieftain throws down a stomp to try and finish off units. 32 supply compared to 24. Does the Undead only need its heroes and an Obsidian statue? That's now the question, as we're looking at Crypt Fiends about to get taken down. All right, burrowing Crypt Fiends, they are not revealed, and there you have it. 2 burrowed Crypt Fiends there. Death Coil, Frost Nova onto the Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter using the potion of healing from the Voodoo Lounge, as the Shadowhunter still has another potion of healing. There's a healing wave trying to get a little bit more healing going around here. There's a healing salve, scroll of speed. Death Knight does have a death coil now. Is going to be able to hit the target. Yes, it does. Death Knight now getting up to level 6. Death Knight now wandering back around, low on mana. Lich could fall at level 5. Does have a potion of lesser invulnerability though, as the Crypt Fiends are now trying to come back out of the ground. There goes some ensnares. Not going to be able to take him down, as the Lich and Death Knight still working together to try and fight things back off. Resurrection, there's there's the Crypt Fiends trying to back away, but remember, during this time, we do see Hitman getting an economic advantage, as he is still mining gold compared to PCG 123. However, without the heroes, and out the gold, without the gold to resurrect them, what can really be done here, as the units are continuing to make their way back and forth? Death Knight sitting at level 6 does not have Animate Dead. Could have perhaps tried to Animate Dead and gotten back some of those units and make their way back out here on the battlefield. There goes another stomp there, and it looks as though one Crypt Fiend could end up getting taken down. There goes another Crypt Fiend after seeing his friend get destroyed, sticking his head in the sand, saying, "I see nothing." Tauren Chieftain now trying to push back the other level here. PCG 123 continuing to try to retreat, and this is just going all over the place. Death Knight finally realizes that there is an expansion by Hitman, and Hitman, well, unable to really defend off anything here. Lich gonna try and fight her. Tauren Chieftain gonna try and force an engagement, but the level 5 Lich and the Death Coil gonna be far too much. Only one Berserker left, as we see now the Blade Master coming back out here onto the battlefield. Is that one Blade Master going to be enough? Tauren Chieftain now looking to perhaps try and retreat back. There is a shade. More gold is mining. Hitman up to 470 gold, continuing to get higher, as a new Obsidian statue now back here onto the battlefield. We see some unsummoning on those buildings. One Ziggurat was unsummoned there, I believe. Yes, the main Black Citadel was unsummoned as well to get that Obsidian statue back into play, as the Tauren Chieftain now has a Blade Master fighting alongside him, and we should be able to get perhaps the Shadowhunter back out as well. All right, selling some of those items, potions of lesser invulnerability, getting the Shadowhunter back. Wait for it. How much gold it is? Yes, about 700 gold to get that Shadowhunter back. He has this healing salve that he should be using on the Blade Master. No clarity potion. And all of these units are just going to go ahead and retreat back over here to the Voodoo Lounge. They had enough gold to get a little bit of mining going. And here we are. Shadowhunter is back, ready for action, except there is a shade nearby. All right. A Blade Master does have a potion of healing. Shadowhunter has a potion of lesser invulnerability and a clarity potion. This is going to be the final push here. Great Hall is still operational. Blade Master now wants to dive on in, and here we are. Big burst of damage already against that Acolyte there. Blade Master losing some of those big items, now continuing to finish off. There goes another Obsidian statue. Death Knight and Lich continuing to fight their way through. Shadowhunter low on mana. Are we going to see a potion of lesser invulnerability? There's a stomp there, but not in time, as the Lich able to stay alive. Blade Master could end up getting taken down. Potion of invulnerability in a time, as that was the auto attack was in transit. Blade Master now trying to go after their potion of invulnerability, going to be coming to an end. Shadowhunter doesn't have enough. Lich should auto attack. There's the Frost Nova, finishes it off, and that is the game. That is the game right there. Hitman versus PCG 123. An amazing, wild game going back and forth. So many close calls, so many dodges, near misses, so many comebacks. And that was an absolute gem of a game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought. For all of you guys watching on YouTube, if you got to this stage in the game and you have not subscribed, please consider doing so, as it definitely helps me out. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.